Oh man, I had to move to a different spot. It's been a busy day. What's going on, YouTube? Appreciate you guys. This thing got me looking different. Let's go. Let's do it this way. Man, let the notification goes out, you guys. Um, it's a special time right now to be motivated. My name is Adonis D. Johnson. I am the creator of I Am My Life Coach. I Am My Life Coach is a self-help awareness, mental health awareness tool. It helps you ground yourself. It helps you to not lose control, to spin out of control, so that you won't have to be remote controlled by medicine, by institution, practices and things. Listen, this is a time, you guys, we gotta get help. If something is off with you, you have to get help. This is a new day and time, and we gotta line ourselves up the right way. So, what happens is, I come on with the Invisible Crown Army, and we come on to call a time out. We call a time out on the battlefield. The battlefield is called life. Whose life? Your life, my life. We all have to be accountable first. And unfortunately, for many of us, we like to help others before we help ourselves. And what I find is it's not really mental health, it's more we're mentally challenged. This is the time, you guys, where we're mentally challenged because we are not using our minds the proper way to get the proper results right now. Now, let's be clear before I go further. I counsel me, I direct me, I I realign myself and get myself together so that I can perform the best that I can perform, right? To help individuals. Now listen to this. Just so you guys know, this is social media. This is YouTube. Everybody can join in, right? I just only ask that, don't spend all your time reading comments and putting comments. Light your fire, because I'm a man of God. And being that I'm a man of God, I come to do God's work, right? Unfortunately, my work that I do is not always in the best areas. People not always in the best spirit. I don't have just people that I have to speak to that is financially well. I also speak to people that lack finances, right? I don't just speak to educated people. I also speak to ignorant people, right? So again, it doesn't matter about gender. It doesn't matter about race. It doesn't matter about social class. It doesn't matter about financial, how much money you got. I come in peace. I come to just basically tell through this whole thing, right? Listen, I need this broadcast more than anybody else needs this broadcast. When I speak from an area that allows somebody else to benefit from me talking to myself. Now let's be clear. I done been in mental health hospitals. I done been through trials. I done been through tribulations. I done went through a lot. But I came out. When I came out, I didn't stay out. I learned why I went in. I learned the things that I picked up along the road in the hope that I would help somebody else. But let's be clear. I don't come to talk to people that's not prepared for a challenge, not prepared for a fight. Many of us, let's be clear, this is the wrong time to be kicking it with kick feet up. So I just look to press, right? What do I want to do? I want to press past the last points. I want to press past where we at right now. Some of us, we need a push. For others, we need a pull. What am I saying? I'm saying long as we going forward, that's all that matters. I don't matter if we take tiptoe steps, baby steps, long as we moving forward right now. Motivation is sparked by a motive, and my motive is to do bigger. My motive is to do better. My motive is to do greater. Now if you got an emoji, then you can click the fire button. Fire lights your fire. So when we come into this broadcast, we come by power and we come by fire. Now some people, they not familiar with this type of teaching. They're not familiar with this type of communication. This is not a presentation, this is a conversation. And with this conversation, it allows me to talk to myself. So right now, I'm going to call a time out on life, right? I'm going to call a time out, not on the playground. I'm going to call a time out on the battleground. I believe we on the battlefield. This battlefield is called life. Right now, we're going to call a time out on titles, positions, roles, and even complaining for some of us, right? Some of us, we need help, we need support. Unfortunately, this is all the help you getting, because I believe this is all the help you need. So what I would like to do is, tell you a little bit more about I Am My Life Coach. I am a self-empowerment coach, a transformation coach. I'm someone that went to the top and got knocked to the bottom. But when I was at the bottom, I learned how the bottom work. I learned how to build things at the bottom. Now I'm a successful entrepreneur. I wrote a book. It's called I Am My Life Coach. It's in Spanish. It's in American Sign Language. It's in children's edition, right? So I'm known all around the world, but one thing I like to do is I like to come and give back. So first, let me just ground myself and make sure that I'm good right now. So no matter where we at right now, I ask the higher power to come down right now, assist us, provide us with understanding, guidance, and direction. Come on now. I'm asking him to search us out. Things that we need, we can get it right now if we are open to receive. Some of us, we need to be willing. For others, we need to have the ability. But what am I really saying to you? I'm saying many of us, we have the ability. We don't have the availability. The world is busy. Laws is changing. Things is changing. We must change the way we think. In order to get something different, we're going to have to be willing to do something different right now. So for me, I lead by example right now, right? If you go and you check me out, or if you go to the website, you look at where I'm at, where I'm located at, the things that I do, I give back to the schools, I give back to people. I help people create success that's balanced, starting businesses, bringing their families back together, redirecting their lives so that they can have a solid foundation, so they can build their infrastructure and possibly live the desires that they always wanted to live right there. So that's what I come to do. I had to just kick that in there real quick just so that some of the people that's logging on, they can just see. I need my people though. We did a sort. I need my people though to light fire so we know what we're doing, because we dealing with the social media. The social media is something else. But I just want to flip the script, give you guys a little something to go off of. I am definitely in a different place. I'm in a different place. And being that I'm in a different remote location, I'm picking up different energy right now. But regardless of what, I still got to come and do what it is that I'm called to do. So thank you guys for joining me for the Mighty Monday Meltdown 2.0. Right now, this is about self-empowerment. I teach from 3 different areas. One of those areas is personal development. The other one of them areas is personal growth and self-empowerment. I don't want to feel like I'm rushing this thing, but I definitely got to get this thing moving direction. What's good? Yeah. So for all the others that's here, peace and blessings. Thank you for the fire. You know, all I need is one person, whoever that might be, that I'm coming to talk to today. I pray that this message hits you in a way that allows you to provide right now. You know, it's a serious time right now. This is not really the time for us to get comfortable, right? We always should be thinking about bigger, better, greater. We always should be thinking about doing something more, right? This light is just blinding me right now. I'm in a different spot. Let me see if I can cut that down some. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Now I'm good. My eyes is straight burning. I can't even read anything. But anyway, listen, I got a serious message today. And this message, hopefully, I want to flip the script. And I just want to talk about how, you know, in this present time, we have to be very careful with what we're doing and how we doing it, right? We got to really look at our infrastructure. I just delivered an amazing message, just giving us the tools we need to sharpen ourselves right now. So what's going on, you guys? Peace and blessings. Listen. So I'm here to do what it is I come to do. I hope you guys come to do what you come to do. If you got pencil and pad, we always can take notes. I look to flip the script. I like flipping the script, right? And giving us something to go off of. It's been a real struggle. Today we had another mark in history. It's a lot going on right now. Was an eclipse today, and it's funny because even with the eclipse that was going on, yeah, what's up, Reed? Of course, I'm gonna stay focused. With the eclipse that was going on today, people had to go get glasses in order to see something that, only happens so often. And I think that when it comes down to where we at in life right now and the things that we're doing, change is coming. And for us, for many of us, when I say change, that means change has to happen in you in order to see something different. You got to change your position. If you looked at the sun with your normal eye, you would not be able to see the effect. So what they do, they go create glasses, and you have to go buy these glasses or get these glasses in order to see what an eclipse looks like. That's basically when the earth lines up and it blots out the sun, however it works, right? And everybody was out with their glasses on, and they was all had their head looking up. And to be able to watch something you didn't put together or something that you didn't create, that obviously God created this, right? Obviously God put this in position. And I think when it comes down to our lives, and I think that I think we don't take things serious, right? And I just pray and hope for the leaders right now. There's a shift going on with me and everything that connects to me. And being that that is the case, that I have to watch what I'm saying more often. I just met with an executive team in regards to the work that I'll be putting out into the world. And I'm just excited sometimes because I spend a lot of my time giving to other people. And even with me giving to other people, I be wanting to know sometimes, like, when is my time coming? When do I work on the things that I need to work on? Well, today I work with different people, right? Several different people. I never met them before. And it was challenging to be asked questions and just unfamiliar, asking me, what is it that I desire to have? What'll make me happy? What is it that I want? And, when you haven't been asked these questions for so long, people assume that you got it all together, and they assume you got this, you got that. And, bad as I wanted to say, I want to help others, I knew that it had to be about me. I want assurance, right? I want not reassurance. I want assurance. I want to know that where I'm at in life right now, I'm able to function. I'm able to provide. I'm able to produce. I want stability. I want to know that everything that I participate in is stable. There's no back and forth. I'm still struggling in some areas. I'm really getting over people and past people and recognizing that some people just gonna have to be where they gonna have to be, just stay out my way, right? And so I really wanted stability. And as I'm expressing to them the things that you can't see, the things that money can't buy, I really want to lead by example and be real. And I think my time is up in terms of playing the role in the area that I've been called to be in. And one of the things that one of the ladies had said is, yeah, Adonis, you too strong to be in those areas. And I just really was just like, I agree with you. I'm definitely been waiting, and they would just ask me, why haven't you left? Yeah, why did you stay put? And I just said, it's not really that simple and easy. I really had people that I cared about that I felt belonged with me, and I didn't want to release myself until I saw results happening in their life so that I can have somebody to pass the torch to. You don't just take the torch with you and just put fires out. I'm AJ the Wildfire. And I had to tell them, what some people call me? They're like, well, what they call you? They're like, AJ. I said, no, I'm AJ the Wildfire. And then I began to explain what a wildfire is. I thank you guys that the room went to a calm right now. Keep in mind, people watching YouTube all over the world. So you got people in other countries, and you got to please understand that everybody don't have the frequency. Are you still Steve Harvey? Everybody don't have the same frequency that you have. And that's why we should understand that it's a privilege to be you. It's a privilege, right? Some people are underprivileged. They live in unprivileged areas. And in those unprivileged areas, all they have is the disruption of something. They don't know no better, right? So, hey, if somebody coming on, hey, let me say something or whatever. It could be somebody on here that's 10 years old. It could be somebody on here that's 50 years old or 15 years old. So, you got to learn how to brush past certain things. But for where we at right now in this time, man, I just, 1 minute I wasn't even going to even come on this broadcast today. I was going to call off today because I really wanted to make it about me. I really wanted to just observe some of the things that's happening in my life, and continue to push my workout. Of course, people been eating my food and they wanted to do something. And I'm like, no, we can't do that. I don't want to beat the people up with, my work. I want people to excel around me and honestly see that it's okay to be you. It's okay to be different. It's all right to be vulnerable, right? I believe that, as I was talking, I'm gonna show y'all when I leave these tables out, these chairs I was sitting at. I'm still sitting here now, but I just think this is a season, a time frame where you can be vulnerable right now. Some of us, we have walls put up. We still have issues that we haven't dealt with. I don't think it's one person on this planet called Earth that I really need an answer from or have an issue with. That doesn't mean that people do not have an issue with me or don't have a problem with me. I think that if we can start conversations like these and we can participate in conversations like these where I'm open, but you hear two voices. That's one of the things about when I speak, you actually hear another voice. That's me talking to myself and telling you guys, that I'm not really the one that's really into the social media stuff and the internet and things. I think that we are in a time where the mind is just picking up. It's just working too quick. It's working too fast, and we need to slow down, and we really need to reposition ourselves, and for others we need to really balance ourselves. So I want to go into the scripture real quick, and again, I only did this out of my commitment to those that are committed to doing better. The only way that this will work for you, you have to work it. You can't allow it to work you, right? You have to will what you desire into existence right now. I think when I'm talking, another question that jumps out today was, of course, what makes you different, and what was the delay, and what happened. And I basically said I don't really think it was a delay in regards to my work. With my work going out, it's just since the pandemic, everybody started talking. You got all these talk rooms and podcasts and people having different dialogues, and people just want to talk. And me personally, I don't really want to talk. I want results. Yes, I can talk, but it's just a matter of what I'm talking about. You don't really have to follow my direction. Again, the book is called I Am My Life Coach. That means if you're not talking to you, then who's talking to you, right? If you're not going to make sure you have everything that you need in order to be successful, then who's going to make sure you have everything you need to be successful? Not only that, if you have everything that you need, right, to be successful, then when are you going to activate and use what it is that you have in order to get the job done? And all these different commands and all these different ways to look at life, man, is challenging because we just don't know. The more we do not know, the more we stay stagnant, the more we do not develop, the more we do not allow others around us to develop and grow either. So it's just very important. Today I wanted to flip the script, though I have to give you the scripture. Yeah, so I received a message. So yeah, when you start getting love from people, man, that's a beautiful thing. I want to flip the script, you guys. I got a very difficult message to bring across right now. If you got your scriptures out, your Bible's open, we can go ahead and we can get a word today. I'm gonna drop this thing from Acts 27, right? So if you go to Acts 27, and I just want to stop. I want to chop this thing, give you a little something, take it with you, put it back together, and I hope that it works for you, right? If anything can come out this message, is just a better version of who you should be, who you need to be, who you can become to be, right? For many of us, you always have to make sure that all the attention is on you. It's your job to monitor you, to watch you. I believe that even when Christ said, love your neighbor like you love yourself, I believe that it was so much inside of that you really need to identify that you got to know what's best for you. And some of us, he's not putting everything in you. He's going to put a certain amount in you, right? The creator. And he's going to put the next level to you in someone else. That way they can have a purpose in your life. It's about having a purpose-driven life. It's about having people around you that understand purpose. They understand the plan, not your plan, but the higher power plan. To be used is to serve, and they don't serve immaturely or they don't serve recklessly. They serve because they know too much is given. What do you mean much is given? That means access. And one thing that bothers me about the people that have access is we have lost the instructions to the access that we have. We've been watching others and we don't know how to use the key. We don't know the code. We don't know how it works. Our remote control that controls how it works done been reprogrammed, and now it's not working at all. It done been deactivated. And imagine if you had a remote control and you're trying to use your remote control and it's not working for your life. And that's where a lot of us are at. We're stuck in classes financially. We don't know how it works. We want money. We should have money, but the remote control is not working. We have friends. They're not friendships. They're just friends. And we wondering why our friends are not loving kind, why they're not giving, why they're not supportive, right? All the things that should make a friend, that's because they're not a friendship, right? And Sister Sonia, who done made her way on this broadcast, Sonia Campbell, she always say they're not friends, they're frenemies, like enemies, right? And what do I mean by, she cracks a lot of jokes, right? And I love sharing her with everybody else. But when she say they're enemies, frenemies, I just thought, okay, that's just a little joke. But if you really think about what she's saying, anything that's not helping you is hurting you. Anything that's taking your time is stealing your progress, is stealing your work, is stealing your tomorrow. See, people will take your time, use your time. They will use it not wisely, but unwisely. They will come up with complaints about things. They will take your time to gossip, right? Do you know the whole purpose of gossiping? And when people say you shouldn't gossip, is because it takes your time. You got to listen and give an ear to somebody talk about somebody else that don't have nothing to do with these two people right here. You can listen to a conversation, be on the phone for 35, 40 minutes talking about two other people that's on the outside, ain't got nothing to do with what's on the inside. And that's called a waste of time. And what am I saying? I'm saying that, people take your time, and that time was to be allocated for something productive, for something amazing. I'd rather you take the time to be pushing me in the right direction, or take that time to pull me in the right direction. But to sit here and take my time and have no direction, that is what Sister Sonia Campbell will call a frenemy. And that right there is frenemies and foes. Things that don't work with you, they work against you. And even in scripture, it says, if you're not for me, then you are against me. And for many times, remember, if you're not for me, right? If God is for me, then who can be against me? Listen to this. Even when the Apostle Paul spoke and said, put on the full armor of God, right? For this battle, so you could take your stand. You have to take a stand against all the things that's not in your favor. And some of the things that's not in your favor is you checking yourself. We want more out of someone else, or we want to put people in their place. You can't put people in their place. You only can put yourself in your place, right? Let's go into the scripture. Let's see what's the scripture, and let's see what exactly is going on in Acts 27. Something I dug out, right? Verse 9. Verse 9, you got to understand, this is when Paul was being prosecuted, right? And I feel like for many of us, there's going to be this time frame where you feel like you're being prosecuted. What do I mean? I mean, you in unfamiliar area. I mean, people got your presence. They are around you, but some people not going to know what to do with you, but yet they got you. They call you, you on the phone. They don't have no conversation. They don't have nothing to give to you. They don't have no advice for you. They ain't bringing your name up. They ain't assisting. And you wonder why you live in a poor community. What is a poor community? Your friends that you talk to on a day-to-day basis, it's poor because ain't no one in your environment bringing financial support, network support. They're not bringing understanding. They're not bringing information. They're not bringing tips and tools. They're not trying to grow the community that they actually participate in. Do you not know this is the well that you should be drinking out of? This is who you should be praying with or praying for. These people, I have people around me that I literally pray for. I pray, God, if you can't do it for me, do it for them, because they trustworthy. I go before God and I'm telling God, listen, help those that will not forget about me. Help those that can be trusted. Well, I had to ask God, send me some more people, because apparently I'm praying for people that I'm saying that they can be trusted, but God, maybe you seeing something different. Okay, so what am I saying to you? I'm saying that you got to be able to speak not just for you, but for people that connects to you by name. I understand we like to pray for our children, my son, or my cousin. Pray for somebody that's outside of you but connected to you, and watch how much power resonate to you. Second of all, actually, that should be second. This should be first. I want each and every last one of you to pray for yourself by name. By name. Ask God to bless whatever your name is, but be specific about the blessings. Be specific about what you need, and don't just ask for material things. Ask for things that you cannot see, so you can forge your weapon. You can be encouraged. You can be empowered. That you can develop. You can be delivered from things that are hindering you. There are things that are hindering us, and it's internal. It's not external. There's things that we're tempted by, and we need to make sure that if we've been tempted, that we can release and renounce. There's some things that we need to renounce. Now, for others, please get your goals out. This is about being born again. This is about the resurrection. This is about being made over. This is about slowing it down, taking your time, and let's chip at this thing. Stop trying to hit the home run, and let's just get on base. Let's just get on base, and let's stop trying to press our agenda upon somebody else. Listen, we all want the same thing, but we all going through, okay? We're going to have to calm down, and we're going to have to slow it down. So I want to let you see what Paul is going through right here. Listen to this. Much time has been lost. Have you ever felt like time has been lost now? For many of us, we could be a lot further if we would have used our time wisely. If we would have had the help, we would have had the participation. See, I come from an area where people want to tell you what your problem is. And me, I got ears, so I like to listen. I like, what do you think I should do? What do you think I should say? Oh, Mom, I'm so sorry you feel that way. You know, I'm from the area that everybody is certified and everybody accept themselves, where people will rather tell you about you than tell you about where they stand at. This is the area I'm from. I'm from Chicago, South Side. South Side, we have a certain frequency that we definitely are go-getters. We definitely will work with a butter knife and a chicken bone to try to fix a car. I mean, I ain't never seen stronger people than the people from the Midwest. Now, I'm not saying you're not strong. strong in other areas of the world, but I'm just telling you what I can confirm. But one other thing I can confirm as well as some stuff that we try to do, we don't have to do it that way. It could be an easier way, but for where I'm from, we take the hard way. We make it hard right now. We want to try to send people through trials and tribulation just to let them be a friend to you. I never said I'm going to do anything to be your friend, but I'm going to make you work to be my friend, to prove something to me. But in return, I give absolutely nothing back. Come on, you guys. I need you to light your fire right here. So watch this. Check this out. I'm in Acts 27. Listen to this. Much time has been lost, and selling had already become dangerous. Listen to me. Some of us, we've been on a journey. We don't join in with people. Come on now. We don't join in with people. We on the boat. We've been on this boat for years. Ain't gone nowhere. Ain't accomplished nothing. We ain't discovered no new land. We ain't started no new business. We ain't bought a new house. We still riding these old things. Come on. It has to be a turnover. Is there anybody around you that's getting some newness around? Can God bless somebody around you where you can testify to me or somebody that's close to you and they're actually happy for you? They're not mad at you. They're not upset that something is going on in your life. And I choose to believe that's because we come on this broadcast and this is according to your time. We put time in. I put time in. I need this broadcast more than anybody else. This is why it's called motivation. The motive is so we can do bigger, better, greater. That's it. The book is called I Am My Life Coach. That's it, right? This is the mental health self-awareness tool. That's what I'm telling myself. I'm not wrong for telling myself that I can be bigger, better, greater. It's just people don't want to hear you when you encouraging yourself, but that's what makes me a self-empowerment coach. And now I'm teaching you how to self-empower yourself right now. In the midst of darkness, light can come. In the midst of dark, just like that eclipse, your light could be there, and as soon as your light comes, something past it, and it puts your light out. I just want to make sure that you got everything that you need, that if someone tries to come put your light out, that you know how to cut your light back on. It was only a temporary blackout, right? Temporary blackout. That's what this should have been named. Listen to this. Sailing has already become dangerous because by now it was after the Day of Atonement. Now listen to me. Now the time has passed. Right? And guess what? It's dangerous to be friends with people right now. It's dangerous because guess what? I want what I want, they want what they want. I done seen people, they want love. They want to be involved. They want to be with somebody. They want to be married. They want to start their own business. Well, it's in the area. How do I know it's in the area? Because it's being marketed on the TVs. It's being marketed on the internet. It's being marketed in the music. It's being marketed all around people, right? You see oh, it's okay to do the wrong thing now, right? So guess what? It's being advertised and your eyes is picking this thing up. But guess what? You done no work. Everything you want, everything you desire comes with a cost. Let's be clear. It comes with a cost. And some of us, we're not mentally strong. We're not emotionally strong. We're not spiritually strong. We're not physically strong, right? We're not financially strong to even support some of the things we ask for. That's why I'm trying to express to you. When you release some people, come on now, this is a releasing season. You're going to have to release some things. And when you release some things, that's what's going to bring your value up. That's going to bring your value up. When you let go of what was, you're going to get to what is. And when you get into what is, then you will see what it's about to be. And I ask anybody that can hear me under the sound of my voice that you understand, you light your fire, because that fire this time going to represent it's about to get better for me. Let's be clear. It's going to get better for me. You got to speak these words. You got to ignite these words. You got to throw these words. You got to let them come out your mouth. That's what I'm saying now. That's why I say light the fire. Why? Because it's by power and by fire. I know this. If I don't know nothing else, I know you have the power to speak and manifest the things you want. I know also that some of us, we have not spoken. Our voice has been disabled. That's why Christ Christ said it was disabled, deaf, mute, and blind. Many of us, we're blind because we don't see the vision. Many of us is blind because we don't see what we're going. Many of us are blind because we still wanting things and ain't done nothing for the things we want. And the people that we want with is not qualified to produce the results, so your God will look like a failure. What am I saying? Let's say it again. I'm saying for many of us, we are ready to proceed. We're ready to make it happen. Unfortunately, you can lock your eyes on the wrong one, and the one that you can link with could end up delaying you even longer. This is what happened in our past days. This is how it used to be. We done tied in with the wrong, and the results did not work. And what happened is that God brought that relationship down because it could not produce the results that will honor the God that you serve, right? That I serve, right? Individually, then we come together as a whole, because I'm telling you about the results, right? So watch this. Watch what happened. We on Acts 27, verse 9. I love this. Listen to this. The day of atonement had passed. So Paul warned them. Listen to me. Warn them. If you're not ready, stay in your place. If you can't hit my frequency, stay where you at. Warn them. I've been practicing. I know that everybody that's a part of the Invisible Crown Army been practicing. I pray for you. Sonia prayed for you. She fasted for you. So you got power that you didn't even pray for. You got access to something that nobody else had access to because of people that believed in you and didn't even have to know you. There's people praying on your behalf, not against you, but for you. And just because you show up, you don't have to come in here making a lot of noise, but you do got to light a fire to let it be known that I receive that. For some of us, you got to become not disabled. You got to become enabled. What am I saying? He said, restore sight to the what? To the blind. He said what? Set the captive free. That means once you free, then I am my life coach. You are free. You're not under me. You under your own direction. You under whoever it is that leads you, that provides you. But he won't lead you into temptation, but he will deliver you from evil. And if you're ready to move, and if you're ready to go to something more than what you've been in, then I advise you to light your fire or reposition yourself. At least tell yourself, I'm ready. It's time to move. It's time to move quickly and quietly. This is the time we don't need to make a lot of noise, but you better let it be known that you are breathing right now, that God can still turn this thing around, and it's on his time and not yours. Many of us, this is going to hurt a lot of our feelings right now. It's because one thing I had to deal with and I had to learn today is it's not my time, it's his time. And when you're on his time, you better get rid of your time, because your time can age you. Your time can make gray hair pops out, hair fall out, teeth fall out. You know, your time can mess you up. And I don't want us to sit here and mess that up right there. So let's go deeper. Let's see what Paul is talking about. He warned them, men, I came to see that our voyage is going to be a disastrous. Listen to me. How you ever got into a relationship and you looked at this individual, and guess what? You ready to rock, you ready to roll. But when you look at who was on this ship with you, you had to send out a shot and let them know, no, I can't pray with you. I ain't heard you pray for me. I ain't seen anything you done beyond that I can sit here and say, man, I'm really satisfied with what God is doing in your life. You see, some of us, you have to judge the mental. That means when you show up, it's time to evaluate, right? Now watch this. Look at this. This is how I know what I'm talking about. Look at this. This is Paul. He said, men, I see. See, blind. They couldn't see. He see. Many of you will have this exact same ability to see. Our voyage is going to be disastrous and bring great loss to the ship and the cargo, right? And to our own lives also. Stop right here. He could see that the ship is going down. Now remember, Paul is on his way to be prosecuted, but he's with them. He's letting them know, he's warning them, this ship that we're on, notice this friendship, this relationship, this partnership, this companionship, it is a ship. I don't think we should use this relationship as the transport of where we're going. We don't need to be in a relationship. We don't need to be in no friendship. We don't need to, because when you my friend, it requires more. It requires more because I bring more. If you ain't prepared to take a hit, if you ain't prepared to be talked about, if you ain't prepared to be put out, if you ain't prepared to be set apart, why? Because when it's favor, it ain't fair. And when you connect to somebody that got prosperity, somehow prosperity get on you and you become a target too. What am I saying? I'm saying for many of you, this is the wrong time to sit here and be trying to make peace with the enemy. This is the wrong time to be trying to strike a deal with the enemy. This is what happens with Paul and the people. They tried to get together. That was a story in the Bible that God was blessing this one person. He got into a business deal with someone and the Lord destroyed the ship. If he would never got in the deal with him, God wouldn't have destroyed the ship. I'll find that another time, but I want to go deeper right now. I want to take you deeper with Paul, and I want to let y'all see what Paul was going through, because the same thing he was going through, I'm flipping the script and bringing it right back to us, because I believe ain't no sense of talking about them if you ain't going to include yourself, right? So listen to this. He said, I'm warning you, you're going to lose this ship, you're going to lose the cargo, and to our own lives also. Well, what does it mean, our own lives? Our own lives mean we should know better. You can't see that this is premature. This is going to malfunction. It's going to dysfunction. This dysfunctional talk. You could tell when you meet somebody just by the dialogue and conversation. I'm too busy talking about what's going to happen. I'm too busy trying to tell my friend, even my friends, hey, look, we could do this. Hey, why do I say we? I'm throwing us into the future. I'm putting the blessings in the future. Why? Because God put your blessings ahead of you. Not one blessing is behind you. Everything is in front of you. So why shouldn't you be looking forward? Why do you keep looking backwards? What done happened? How you feel? You trying to make sure. Every time you're trying to make sure, it only shows God you're not practicing or trusting the process. He said, anything that's good, put it into practice. That means I need to act like other people. So when I see that it's profitable for them, then I need to do what they do. That's why they was asking me today in this meeting, well, why did you do I Am My Life Coach too? I said, oh, that's 2.0. Because if I'm saying I am my life coach and it works for me, then I have friends that say, hey, I am my life coach too. That's how you join in with me now. So now when you say, oh, I am my life coach too, it's a movement. It's a power movement. It's a press. It's a grind. It's a mentality. It's pressure. And pressure busts pipes, but it also gets you going. It also motivates you. Also empower you. It also allows you to develop and grow. So they was all saying, okay, I like that. Gave me daps. I am my life coach too. Come on now, what am I saying? I'm saying it's just not about me. Yes, I want me to rise if nobody else rises. I want to make sure I got it together. You see, I learned my lesson. That's one upon a time I was so hypnotized that I used to pray for everybody else thinking that I was holy. I'm praying for you. I'm praying. And here it is. I'm underwater. I'm drowning. I could barely breathe. My stuff ain't going right. I'm not happy. I don't feel joyful, right? I feel like people done use me, right? I feel like people done lied to me, right? I feel like people done took advantage of me, and yet I still got to run around here. I'm good. No, I'm not good. I have issues I need to resolve and get rid of. What am I saying? I mismanage myself, and I'm frustrated because I don't have the instructions no more. They done lied to me to the instructions. It's like giving you a device, a TV, and don't give you the manual, giving you a car, but don't give you the car manual to how to install the radio and do all these things now. And so now somebody else got more features than you because they didn't tell you how to work your features. YouTube is looking at other people, and now you think they got more than you. Now you think they do more than you. Now you think they better than you. And now when you got lack, people come around, and what they do, they drown you out, Sister Sonia. They tell you to me, they start telling you, you know, you in sin. You need to get your life right with the Lord. You need to make sure, yeah, I do need to get my life right with who? With the Lord who's my Savior. But when I'm ready to save myself, then now you're going to see who the Savior is. But when I come back and I reload and I regain hold of myself, be prepared to feel some pressure. Be prepared to feel a challenge. Why? Because without no challenge, there'll be no change. And once you open up your eyes and he gives you your sight back, and you find out now that he done removed the spirit of death from up over you, now you can here now, and now your mouth done been released and you can speak now. Now he say, speak that thing as not as though it were. I'm not going to spend my time and my energy going back and forth with a distraction when my future, which is my tomorrow, which is my friends, divine connections that God done sent to me. Now I should be speaking this way into who they are, but yet I got a fool that's going back and forth with me, back and forth with me, back and forth with me. It's almost like they want you to lie. They want you to promise them things. They want you to tell them things. They want to make you say something. Tell me this. Let me ask you something. Don't ask me nothing. Ask God something, because as of right now, we're not in the asking phase. We in the find out phase. We in the moving forward phase. We in the next level. See, we want to go find out the movie, and some of you start in the movie and want to come out here and watch the movie. Do you want to make the movie that people is watching? Do you want to make your happiness and realize that happiness was already inside of you? Come on, you guys. What am I saying? I'm saying it's an opportunity. This is a privilege. For some of you, you know what I just did. Light your fire for that right there. Yeah. Yes, God, I'm trying to contain myself because I had some ninjas on here earlier and I had to kind of go around them. Listen to this. It says, so Paul warned them, right, that they're about to lose the ship. They're about to lose what's on the ship. What's on the ship? Love, joy, trust, right? Somebody said before you even sit here and get with someone, to make sure that they're trustworthy. Isn't it amazing that we want to evaluate people and see, like, are you trustworthy? I need to know, are you trustworthy, right? That's a man talking to a woman, just so y'all know. Are you trustworthy, right? I want to know if you trustworthy. Well, I'm trying to find out if you trustworthy. Listen to trustworthy. You worthy, right? Worthy meaning your resume speaks for itself. You worthy of me to be who I'm supposed to be. I find you to be worthy, right? Trust meaning I trust that you know what you're doing. Isn't it amazing that we want to find out if people are trustworthy before we do what we're supposed to do? Isn't it? No. It's an inside job. Trustworthy goes to, I'm trusting that I'm worthy enough to give you the best because you can eat the best. But some people, they so poor that you can't feed them prosperity because they poverty just gonna insult you. Have you ever been around somebody, you gave them the best and yet they treated you the worst? You sitting here apologizing, hey, I'm sorry if I did this. They still trying to accuse you of stuff and you already apologized. Come on, y'all. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. That is a poverty mindset. You done see here, I ain't saying sorry again. I'm sorry, but not sorry. Let's be clear. I know if I offended you, then hey, I apologize if I offended you. But I meant every word I said. Just because you don't understand what I'm saying don't mean that I don't. I know exactly why I said what I said. And see, sometimes what you're saying is not for somebody else, it's actually for you. What you're saying ain't for someone else, it's actually for you. But we're so greedy that people believe that every word you're saying is on their behalf. Some things is not on their behalf, it's on your behalf. You guys, I just love when we can come together. I just love to be able to open up myself. I just love to tell you that, we have to stay encouraged. We have to stay empowered. We have to build momentum. You really got to be selfish with your information, with your direction, with your vision, with your prophecy and even some of your prayers, because the ones you are around is infiltrators. You guys to work on this thing. It's an individual calling. This is why Christ, every time I get those messages, I always show you how Christ called those individuals. And he said, if they was able, right? I talked a couple of weeks ago about the most important row or seat. The most important seat on an airplane is the exit row, and how you have to be very careful about the people that's on your exit row, because sometimes you can mess around and sit the wrong people in the wrong seat, and people just want to come in your life and jump in seats, and they done messed up, and now you got somebody in your life sitting in the wrong seat, and the one who's supposed to be in that seat can't get into that seat because you done put somebody else in that seat and don't know how to get them out that seat. Now you missing out on your wife. Now you missing out on your husband. Now you ain't got a friend because you got other bodies, nobody sitting in a seat that requires work. Well, what work is that? It's the exit row. And you might think the exit row means on a plane. If the plane is subject to have some some problems or anything that's going on, it says, are you willing to and able to assist, willing and able. And sometimes you can have the wrong person in your seat and they done lied to the person and they say, excuse me, I need to get a verbal yes. And the people that's sitting in these seats in your life, they talking about, do you love me? Yes. Right? Can you love me? Yes. But then when it's time, something goes down in your life, they want to judge you. They want to cut you off just like that. Where's the love coming from? See, I don't need you to love me. I need you to love you. And if you love you, it provides a special love for me. Come on, you guys. You can't mess up something that's holy. If you love yourself, then that love automatically goes out. It releases, because what you connect to only going to provide a communication line for you. It's what your spirit needs. But see, some of us, we put the spirit on hold and we try to go off our head. We want to go off of what we see. And the scriptures even teaches you this battle is not flesh and blood. This battle is not of what we see. It says the dead is buries the dead. It says the blind is leading the blind. It says watch out, for the deaf and the mute. That means I can't go off of what they're saying, but some people want to keep asking you questions, but they can't hear your answer, right? Because that's prophecy. Prophecy confirms that they will be seeing but don't see. They will hear but don't hear. So these are the ones who's waiting on Jesus Christ. Unfortunately, there is a Jesus Christ in you, but yet since they can't hear you, they not ready to receive you. Come on now. That means you're not the chosen vessel that's going to be the one that brings forth the understanding so that they can now be enabled and now they can hear. You done had many people that could have been many things in your life, but yet you never saw yourself. Yet you wasn't getting yourself together. Yet you were still under the hand right now, the hand right wide, because God needs to turn us to him. Remember, turn, right? You have to be willing and able. Well, what do willing and able sounds like? It says Jesus was the one who closed up the rain and there was no rain. He the one who released plagues. Why? To get you back to God, to turn your attention back to the Father, to get you back on a one-on-one. To be real honest with you, in the Bible, God did not want the people, the children of Israel, to have a king. He didn't want them to have a king. But guess what? They went to the man of God, which was Samuel, and said, we want a king. Tell God to give us a king. And what did God do? Samuel said, God, they want a king. He said, then go anoint them one. Give them somebody to be over them, because they wanted a man. They didn't want a man of God. They wanted a man. So get them somebody. They didn't want a woman of God. They just wanted a ratchet chick. And guess what? She been twerking and she been doing her little thing or whatever, them practicing a little dance move. So you didn't show up to be a wife. You actually showed up to be a twerk master. And that's what you have mastered. And that is your role. You don't get nothing else with that. God don't see them. You don't need no anointing for that. You don't need no spirit for that. You just needed to have some skills. So you in this thing on skills. And skills is not permanent. A permanent move is only a temporary move. That means you can temporarily get my attention, but it will never be strong enough to hold my attention. Well, what am I saying? I'm saying to you that whatever have your attention has your power. What am I saying? I'm saying that if you're not intentional about what you're doing, then you don't have no control. What am I saying? Even when you sit back and you think about some of the things that we come into contact with, like I just said, if it has your attention and you done moved on, but it still has your attention, then it ain't moved nowhere. See, some things you're gonna have to renounce. Renounce meaning it's no longer moving in my life. See, we try to just, let things go, but it's still there. Some stuff we have to deal with. So let me go deeper. I got to get back to this message because I got to crack this message open because it's beautiful. It's a beautiful message, and I actually understand. It says, so remember, Paul just said, we about to lose the ship. Wow, we about to lose the ship, right? We're going to lose the cargo. That means the stuff that comes with it. Some of you are intelligent, you are educated, you got resource, you got a job. That's good. Clap for yourself. You got something. At least you got something. But let's be clear. It doesn't matter. You can have your own house. You can have your own car, you can have your own credit, your own, and you still jacked up because guess what? You ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. Somebody still got to approve what you do. See, matter of fact, we kind of push God out to the side and we try to do our own thing and think that, I got it on. I'm going to find me somebody. Listen to me. You can do all that you think you're going to do, and I promise you, it still won't work. But watch what happens just to prove what I'm saying to you. But the centurion, instead of listening, remember I told you it's going to be a season where you got to listen, learn, and execute. It's not a lot of talking because we don't need to talk. We need to execute. We need results, right? Watch this. He says, the centurion, instead of listening to what Paul said, followed the advice of the pilot and of the owner of the ship. So guess what? Somebody else owned the ship, and then there was a pilot driving the ship that he did not own. And so he went and wrote with what they were saying, right? Now listen to me. And some of you are Paul, okay? You Paul. Others, you might be the pilot, and others gonna own the ship. And let's be clear. The ship could be your experience, your heartbreak, the losing of your loved one, the losing of your parents, right? A failed divorce, right? A fallen spouse, a widow, right? It can be anything, right? That's what a ship is, right? Memories just got sunk, right? Like got sunk. And to get sunk, that means I had high hopes, right? For what it is I was going to do. But when God sunk that ship, it broke you to the core, right? Let's go deeper. Let's go deeper. I'm feeling it now. Let's go. I feel the power coming right now. Here it comes. Watch this. It said they didn't listen to Paul. Listen to this. Since the harbor was unsuitable to winter in, the majority decided that we should sail on. Stop right here. You see, majority rule. And I'm trying to tell you, for many of us, we used to be the majority. We ain't the majority no more. Okay? If anybody gonna make a decision for you, you better get with it. It don't take one or two. Two or more, that's it. You don't need the majority because the majority is not listening to you. They actually, go deeper. The majority hates that you have what you have. See, everybody don't have what you have. And what you have is an opportunity to do bigger, better, greater things, right? So at the end of the day, let's go deeper. So listen to this. It says, the Harbor Creek, they faced both sides. Okay, so listen to this. So they kept going. They didn't listen. Let's go to verse 14. Before very long, winds and hurricanes forces came, right? They called the northern eastern swept down from the islands, right? The ship, verse 15, here. The ship was caught by storm and could not head into the wind. So we gave way to it and were driven along. Now listen to me. Now they caught in a cycle now. And what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say people will draw you into something and now you can't get out. You trying to get loose. They trying to hold on to you, trying to drown you. You trying to let them go, saying, hey, listen, if it don't work, it just ain't gonna work. Let it go, right? Release me. Let me go. See, you can release something, but something still got a hold on you. And for many of us, this is where the problem comes in at, because we got our hands up like, I'm done, I don't mess with that. But something is holding you now. Something trying to charge you with some negligence. Something is trying to keep you from getting to where you need to get to, because they're afraid that if you get it before they get it, then they gonna look like a fool. Come on now, listen to me, you guys. I want everybody around me to get what it is that they desire. Okay, what you desire. Make sure what you desire is for you. Everything you need, if you need healing, if you need finances, if you need deliverance, you need something for your children, you better hold still for a second, because God will give it to you to give to your children. But it got to be somebody over this thing. Somebody got to be worthy of this calling that you keep calling down, right? You keep calling it down. So watch this. Listen to this. Let's go deeper. The ship was caught in a storm. Listen to this. It couldn't make way. Watch this. 16. As we passed the small islands, go deeper. We was almost okay. Here it comes. Verse 18. We took such a violent battering from the storm that the next day they began to throw the cargo overboard. Stop right here. Did not Paul just tell you We should not do this. But for some of you that don't want to wait on the Lord, I prayed about it. God told me we should be this, we should be that. It's like, and we gonna lie on God. Ain't that something? Do not, listen to me, do not get caught trying to give false testimony. The Lord told me. The Lord ain't told you nothing right now. Because at the end of the day, you need to ground yourself. Because Paul told them before they took off, this is dangerous right now. You see, some people, you can't even date them. It's dangerous. You can't even be in a relationship because it's what? It's dangerous. Why is it dangerous? Because for many of you, you done had too many trial runs. You done had too much. You got too many counts on you. You got to get it right. That means it's one thing to have other people mess up, but it's on you now. You got to lead by example. You got to be the responsible one. You got to be the one that shows you that God is live, that He lives. Who He lives in? He lives in you. You got to be the one who display this. And that right there, that's hard. That's hard for some of us because we want to keep on watching other people. I trusted them. I trusted this. I trusted that. I gave my all. And guess what? You gave your all to the wrong direction, right? And now the new one that comes has to trust you. Since you was the one that did all this, God did not tell you to do all this. And you did all this, now the tables is turned. Now that you have testified, that you gave all your heart away and your heart is broke and all this, and now you the one that has, you the one that was done wrong. Now it's your testimony season. The testimony is that you healed now, and now that you can love again, you can build again, you can move again. And now, see, once He heals you and puts you back together, you can no longer stay stuck where you was. You got to turn. The tables is turned. And now you have to lead by example. Come on, y'all. Here you go right here. Paul, sit here and listen to this. He told them, right, they was in such a violence. This sound like when it says in Mark, it says, build your house on the rock. Right, so that when the storms of life comes, when the storm comes and when the stream rises and then the wind comes and beat against the house don't fall. Listen to this. It says in verse 18, we took such a violent battering from the storm that the next day they began to throw the cargo overboard. That means I don't care about this. I don't care about money. And listen to me. This is my time out right here. Free Palestine. I like that, Toledo. That's what's up. Here's my time out. See, I told you guys, we got family over in Palestine on this broadcast. Here's my time out. Remember he said that the ship gonna go through an attack and then they're gonna throw the cargo out? The cargo is the things that goes with the relationship. The cargo is the thing that goes with the relationship. I don't care about money. I don't care about cars. I don't care about house. I don't care about business. I don't care about friends. I don't care about... That's throwing all the merchandise off this ship. I'm going to tell you now, for those people that don't care about all that, please stay away from me, okay? Because that goes with the journey. Everything that's on this ship will make it to where it's supposed to get to. I pray for your ship that everybody connects to you, get to their destination. There will be no hard head, folks. There will be no rebellious spirit. There will be no confusion, right? Everything will be there at the appointed time. There will be no delays. There will be no procrastination. There will be no frustration going on with you. You will know exactly what to do, when to do, why to do, where to do, and you're going to get the time that you need to do it, right? Because some of us, it's time for you to get over to the other side. It's time for you to forgive yourself for trying to do the right thing, but at the wrong time. Come on now. You did it once and you didn't catch nothing. Reel it back in throw it back out. And for some of you, you done got scared right now. You're scared to throw it back out, but I'm telling you, you're going to have to cast it out. You're going to have to cast your net to the other side, and you just don't want to do it. But today I pray that you build confidence up in this conversation that we have. And sometimes all it takes is a conversation. It takes the right one to say the right thing. And if you understand what I'm saying, at least I do, thank you for all the fires that's being lit right now, because I need to see where I'm going sometimes. Sometimes that fire you light ain't for you, but it's for somebody, because all it takes is one or two. I'm a strong believer that I'm going wherever I'm going. I ain't got no other choice, but I'm going. And I'm grateful for those that decide to go with me. Why? Because the more bigger, better, and greater I become, the more I get to share, the more I get to give, the more I get to press. And for some people, I'm grateful to walk with them down this journey. We might not be on the same path, but we headed in the same direction. I don't wish wrong on anyone, but I will tell you, just like that Paul tried to tell, and I'm grateful for those that was able to hear my voice. If I showed up in your life and I said, don't do this or hold still, that you was obedient. Listen to me. Obedience is to your Lord and Savior. Obedience is that God had to tell you through somebody else, but you said, okay, I ain't gonna do it. That's what I'm trying to talk about. I'm not for people just watching you lose it all so they can laugh, right? Watch this. They took a violent beating down, right? Everything. Now they throwing a cargo off the side of the boat. Listen to this. On the third day. This happened for 3 days. Remember, Jesus went out for 3 days. He go another 3 days. Jonah is in the Bible, in the belly of a fish, 3 days. Now watch this on the third day. Now listen to this. On the third day, they threw the ship tackle overboard with their own hands. That means everything here. They slung this off the ship, right? When neither the sun nor the stars appeared for many days, the storm continued to rage. Where is the peace be still at? Where is the God stop the storm? You got the man of God right here on this ship with you. I need y'all to understand what I'm talking about right now. Listen to this. It says, we finally gave up all hope of being saved. Stop right here. When you give up all hope, right? That means your way, okay? Notice, the man of God is still with them. Hey, y'all, I told y'all don't do this. Hey, y'all, notice, I'm in a storm with you. This is why I love the Mighty Monday Meltdown 2.0. Because when I call a timeout, I'm letting you know I'm going through stuff too. Like when you pray, God, help him, help us, help me, give understanding, tell him, tell me, right? Say something, give him a revelation, help him get to the other side. He'll take me. I'm following, I'm rolling with him, because maybe he speaks like I speak. Maybe he could say something I can't say. Maybe you can hop in him and I can hear something unique that will help me, because for some of us, the normal way won't work. See, spiritual milk, right? Some of us keep getting that spiritual milk, and it don't matter who you getting that spiritual milk from, you wasn't getting it the right way. Let's put it that way, right? Look at this. This is good. Watch this. It says, we finally gave up our hope. After they had gone a long time without food. Listen to this. Paul stood up. The same one on this ship went through pain and suffering with them. The same, he's tied up on the ship with them. He's on this ship, but he told them, don't do this. Come on, you guys. Some of you're going to have to be careful about the ship you getting on, because you don't own that ship. See, I Am My Life Coach is about ownership, Sonia. We own what we create. We own this relationship. I don't care. You cannot talk about my friend. Now, you might could talk about her. He might not be your friend. She might not be your friend. I don't know the contingencies. I don't know the disclaimers. I don't know what got y'all I don't even know how y'all met each other. But all I know is that's between yours. You keep that over there, because over here, I got a clean contract. It's like we would like to share. It's almost like people that got car notes, like this is our car. No, my car goes with my note. I pay the note to drive my car. Nobody don't get in your car and drive your car. You drive your car because you pay your note. But why is it when it comes to people, we just think we all got the same relationship? Everybody, well, he my friend too. No. It's different to be my friend than to be your friend. I see how you treat your friend, but I treat my friends totally different from you. But see, we always like to make ourselves the same. And it's okay, y'all. Watch this. Paul stood up. Watch what Paul says. Paul stood up in verse 21. Notice, he didn't eat either. And they got him tied up on the boat with them Paul stood up before them and said, men, you should have taken my advice. Stop right here, y'all. You should have taken. How you ever got the right advice and did not do it, what was told for you to do? How God ever spoke to you, heard somebody else, and they told you, don't you do this, and you did it anyway, right? Okay, let me light fire for myself. Light that fire. Right? Listen to this. He stood up and said, I told you guys, you should have took my advice and not to sell here. Then you would have spared yourself this damage and loss. Notice, your damage and your loss, all I did is lose time. But if y'all would have listened to me, instead of wasting my time, it costs you much more. It costs you money. It costs you cargo. It costs you another testimony. It costs you a revelation. It costs you wisdom right now. Some of you, life is your best teacher. It costs you your house. It costs you your credit. It costs you your relationship. Some of you, it costs you your family. It costs you your significant. Some of you, you done messed up your whole dream marriage because you done married a fool. You hear what I'm saying? You done messed up the how you should have had it because you was thirst trapping and you didn't know no better. But it's okay. Watch what Paul said. Let's close it out. Let's watch what Paul said. He says, then you would have spared yourself this damage and loss. But now I urge you to keep up your courage. Now this is amazing because in spite of all, the man of God is still with them and he's telling them to keep up your courage because not one of you will be lost. Only the ship will be destroyed. Listen to me. You mean what you mean to tell me? That means some of you, we don't have to get in the ship together. We don't have to be in no relationship. We don't have to be in no friendship. We don't have to be nothing. I used to come on this broadcast and say, I don't want no title. I don't want nothing. Don't call me nothing. I just want to do the work. Let me do the work. Because I know that ignorance likes to put you in bondage. And bondage shows you your age. Your age, AGE, bondage, bond. I mean, I'm going to bond with you, and now I'm going to keep you in age that you cannot grow. Come on now. That's right there is the worst place to ever be in, is to be in bondage, under the supervision of a fool who put you there. So listen to this. He said, the ship is going to be destroyed, but not now one of you. Only the ship going to be destroyed. This says 23, last night an angel. This is how he was able to say this, you guys. Listen to this. Last night, an angel of God to whom I belong. Stop right there. Come on, Sister Sonia. Yeah. It says an angel. You guys, if you got your Bibles, you want to circle that one. Acts 27, verse 23. Last night, right? Last night. Not at church. Not my pastor, not YouTube. Right? This is why I tell people, you can't be all over the world listening to everybody now. Everybody ain't talking your language. Somebody gonna have to talk different. Somebody gonna have to reach you a whole nother type of way, right? Now listen to this. It says, verse 23, last night an angel, come on now, an angel of the God to whom I belong. Listen to this. I is the individual. Now I don't know who everybody else belongs to. Only way I know, I have to see it in their actions. I will have to see it in their life. I will have to see the manifestation of God's hand doing something. But the people I see are so depleted. They so thirsty. They so droughted. They so depleted, right? They depleted because they have no life. They captured, they in captivity, they're broken, they need to set the captives free. They need to be healed, right? They need to be restored, right? And that's what I look to do today. I look to restore. Watch this, restore, restoration. Look at this. It says, I belong, who the God I belong to. I serve, stood beside me. Listen to this. Let me repeat this one more time, just for start and everybody that's lighting their fires up. Yay. Right now, listen to this. Last night, an angel of God. Come on, this is why I got this scripture for you. The last night, an angel of God to whom I belong and whom I serve stood beside me. Come on, when the last time somebody stood beside you? You done messed up so much, and yet somebody could stand beside you. Listen to me. We have been selfish. We have been selfish. We have been inconsiderate. We have been complaining. We have been so stingy. We have definitely put walls up. But guess what? Somebody was sent by God to stand by you. And that's the angel right there. Stood right by your side. And what they do? And said, do not be afraid. Come on now. Paul, you must stand trial before Caesar. Come on now, listen to this. He's in jail. Paul is on this boat, giving them the right direction, but in a bad place. Isn't it amazing that even though people try to prosecute me, I'm still trying to feed them and help them, saying, come on, God, I want you to get up out of it. Isn't it amazing that Joseph the dreamer was in jail telling people, if you get out before me, you're going to get out before me, but don't forget about me. Isn't it messed up when you the one that needs a significant other? You the one that needs somebody to support you, but yet nobody will support you because they too busy looking at what's around you, and the favor that's on you is not allowing people to assist you. Come on now, everybody got an excuse to why they can't help you. Everybody got an excuse to why they can't be good to you. Now this is amazing right here, you guys, and this is Paul. He said an angel came and told him, you're gonna have, don't be afraid, be encouraged, be encouraged, be encouraged. Still by, do not be afraid. You must stand trial, and God has graciously given you the lives of all who sails with you. Isn't this amazing that God has put Paul over all the people on this ship? This ain't my ship. I'm not the captain of this ship. And Sister Sonia, the one who I told that we shouldn't do this, did not listen to me. Come on, y'all. You got to get this. Please tell me y'all get where I'm going with this. God will put you over. You in the worst place in your... This ain't even your man. This ain't even your woman. But God done put you over this position, this area in somebody's life. This ain't even your child, but God done put you over to be their mama. Come on now. To be their father. This ain't his child. And yet God put him over this. Yeah. Y'all better get this. He ain't your pastor, but God done put him over to give you a word or two. Okay? Yes, Lord. You better get this, y'all. Come on now, light fire for that. Light fire for this now. This is getting a little too much for me. Yeah. Listen to this. An angel is telling him, you going to trial, but God has graciously given you the lives of all who sail with you. Light your fire, because graciously, those that sails with you gonna get to the other side. Those that's rocking with you gonna get to where it needs to get to. Those that rolls with you, they gonna experience prosperity. They going into an area that will be no sickness. They don't have to worry about anything. They will lack nothing. Nothing will be missing. I know we complain about everything that we don't have, but in this moment, you better hold on to what you do have. You have an opportunity. You have testimony. You have something to be thankful for. You have someone to acknowledge. You got a place, you have an appointment, you got somewhere to get to. And at the end of the day, you don't have time to be sitting here wasting time just running out right now. No, you need to get there. You got to make moves. I command every part of you to move in the direction of your destiny. Divine connections await you. Come on now. Yeah. Yes, Lord. In Jesus' name, that is so. That is so. Listen to this, you guys. On the 14th night, we were still being driven across, right? By what? By the sea. By the sea. Listen to this. They took sounding and found that the water was 100 feet. That means they had to see what the water was, right? Fearing that they would dash them against the rocks. This in verse 29. I'm closing out. They dropped 4 anchors from the stern. That's the top of the boat. And prayed for daylight. Prayed for daylight, Sonia. Come on now. In an attempt, this verse 30, I got to highlight that. Verse 30, in an attempt to escape from the ship. Some of you trying to escape from hardship. Hardship is your finances. Hardship is I ain't in love with what I'm on this ship with. Don't call it a relationship. Don't call it a companionship, a partnership. See, some of us, we keep looking for, I want my partner, I want my companion. No, you want a heart. You got to get a hardship first, because you have been disobedient to the obedience of what goes with who you are. Come on now, there's some instructions that goes with who you are. You think God can just let you get over here and think you finna enslave somebody else because the one who enslaved you taught you wrong, and now when you get with somebody else, all you can do is perform the way that somebody will perform according to you. No, he got to shut that down and block you so that we can get out of you what was placed in you, which is a virus, which is a program. So we have to unlearn what you learned so you can relearn how to get it right this time. Come on, you guys. I hope you got that. I can't repeat that. Come on, somebody got it. Sister Sonia got it. I plead the blood of Yahshua. Yeah, there you go. Over every child. Yes, Lord. Here it comes. Look at this. Verse 30. In an attempt to escape the ship, the sailors let down the lifeboat down into the sea, pretending they was going to lower some anchors from the bow. Listen, then Paul said to the centurion, shoulder, unless these men stay in this ship, you cannot be saved. Listen to me. Paul told this man, if these people get out this ship, then you won't be saved. Do you hear me? Listen to me. There's people that has to stay with you. Stop trying to cut everybody off before time. You cut them off, they get away, and you perish. Okay? They are the divine connection. Okay? Remember he said he'll use your enemy as your footstool? Some of you think somebody coming up against you, that's the one you're supposed to step up over. That's the footstool. And some of you trying to release the enemy, and that's the one you got to step over, but you too busy, don't want to face your fears because you're afraid of going back to where you've been. But you ain't going back to where you've been. You're going over where you've been. We're going over this plan one more time on how this going to work. So listen to this. They tried to get out the boat. Paul stopped them and said, unless these men stay in this. Listen, he's not talking to the men. Remember, Paul's still tied up. He on the boat. Unless they stay with you, you won't be saved. Now watch what happened. So the soldier cut the rope that held the lifeboat and let it drift away. Stop right here. How much faith is that? You mean to tell me the soldiers that's on this boat, they got another little ship, they got another little tugboat, they just lowered it down in the water. They finna jump on, I can get away right now. Paul says to somebody else, if they get away, now I love this, if they get away, oh, you can't be saved. Your life depends on them staying on this boat. So they cut the rope and the boats drift away. You mean tell me the boat's been cut? That means if you riding for me, you ain't leaving me. Come on now, Sister Sonia. Listen to this, you guys. Listen to this. That's a story that when they was going to conquer the Trojans, right? When they was going over here to conquer the Trojans, when they got over here off the ship, they burnt the ships to all the soldiers saying, ain't nobody going back. So either we gonna win this war and take this land, or we gonna die over here, but ain't no ships to take us back to where we been. Come on now, what am I saying? I'm saying I'm done with hardship. I'm done with confusion. I'm done with playing games. I know where I'm going. Only forward for me. Only forward, only bigger, only better, only greater. I will not return back to my old personality. I will not turn back to old ways. There's no backsliding. There's no backing up. There's no backpedaling. There's no none of that, right? None of that. We're going forward in God and through God. To God be the glory. That's how it works. So they cut the rope. They cut the rope in verse 32. You better get that star. Write this down. So the soldiers cut the rope that held the lifeboat and the life and let it drift away. Could you imagine cutting somebody off and you just like, I know they're going to find another man better than me. Or I know they're going to find another woman better than me. I shouldn't have let them go. And they just sails away from you, like just sailing away, right? Y'all better get this, right? That wasn't your ride. You see, you got to stay for testimony. They would have got on that little boat and they would have gave all credit to that little boat. And they would have been like, man, we almost died. We got away. But everybody else died. Isn't that amazing? No, you're going to stay with this ship, this hardship. Come on now. Verse 33, just before dawn, Paul urged them all to eat. For the last 14 days, he said, you have been in constant suspense and have gone without food. You have not eaten anything. Come on, y'all. Some of us eating something, star, means mental and spiritual food. Some of you got to eat another book. You got to find a book, download it, read it, get yourself up to speed. Everything can be spiritual over here and nothing over here. You're going to have to get you something together to make sure that you can bust a move. You can hit somebody with a leg. You can hit them with a left leg. You can punch somebody with the right, punch them with the left. You might get head butt them. What am I saying? Every part of your body can be you. Even your mouth can bite something, right? Mike Tyson bit Holyfield and used his mouth as a weapon. What am I saying? I'm saying don't sit here and some of you keep using the same weapon and lure people in. That weapon is going to become obsolete. You need something more now, right? So Paul's saying, listen, I noticed y'all ain't ate nothing. Y'all ain't had no real food. Y'all ain't had no real food. Y'all need to eat. Now listen, look at verse 34. Watch this. Now I urge you to take some food. You need it to survive. What do you need to survive? You need to survive, Sister Sonia, the drought. You need to survive being alone. You need to survive, right, being lonely. Let's go, Sister Sonia. You might be lonely, but you're not alone. You need to survive. And for many of us, we can't just eat off of them. Didn't Jesus just tell the devil, you can't eat off bread alone, right? You can't eat off bread alone, right? Come on now, you need something to eat. You got to survive, right? Motives, get them goals out. Watch this. Them goals will mess some people up because when God provides you with what you wrote on your goals, see, some people only write gym shoes on their goals. I want to get this gym shoes. I want to get this new purse. And then when somebody come over here with a multi-million-dollar business or a big house with a big rock on their hand, remember, you was the Gucci chick. You was the one who wanted a Gucci purse. You know, you just wanted a little purse and some shoes. You know what I'm saying? You just wanted a little cruise. You know what I mean? That's why I be looking like sometimes people like, I don't go on a cruise. I want a yacht. I want a yacht, okay? So I can cruise every day I get ready to. You know, and all I'm trying to say is I cannot be on bottom feeders. Bottom feeders is just not good for me, okay? I just, make me shake, right? So look at this. Let's close out, you guys. Verse 35, and I bring it all back together. Verse 35, I'm bringing it back together. Welcome to the Mighty Monday Meltdown. Thank you guys for just sticking around and allowing me the opportunity to break this thing down. I bring motivation. I'm a self-empowerment coach based out of a couple of locations, and I believe in self-empowerment, personal development, and personal growth. This is how I give my time back. I want to see people succeed. I know that we got to do more, right, as individuals. I don't wait till somebody tell me what to do. I don't want to go sit here and think I'm going to go feed the homeless, right? Oh, we want to go around, we're going to feed the homeless, yeah. And then some people tell you, do you have a church home? I just argued with somebody earlier yesterday, I want to say, and I'm just saying how, how can you have a church home, but you don't have your own home? That's just messed up. It's just like I done sold myself into a church home, and I don't even have a home. But I'm feeding the homeless, and I'm one click from being homeless, and my apartment or my house is not a home, okay? I need a home for me. And my home is the home that allows me to be me. That's the God in me. That's the God that you see. I Am My Life Coach is a mental health self-awareness tool. You ground yourself, you use this tool, you will have bigger, better, greater things just pouring into your life. But nothing beats having understanding, having courage, being empowered, loving yourself, joy, peace, all the great things that money cannot buy. And believe me, people keep trying, will keep trying to buy your soul. They want to sit here and take your soul. They want to talk about soul ties. I can never tie my soul to someone because I'm always grounded to I Am My Life Coach. So my soul ain't tied to nothing. That soul better have it all together. What makes up your soul? Your thought, your will, and your emotions working together. That makes your soul. Your thoughts, that means the thoughts that goes across your mind and your head, the thoughts that goes across the things that you do. That's your thoughts, right? You just got thoughts. A lot of us, we have thoughts, right? Your will, the will is the thinking. That's the things you want. Most people will probably say, I have free will. Yeah, you have free will to will what you want, or you will what you don't want. You will something positive, you can will something negative. You can will something healthy, or you can will something sick, right? It's what you choose to will. It will create, it will manifest. That's why it's important we learn the instructions of how it works. That's what I bring on a Mighty Monday Meltdown. It's only a short period of time that we's on here. So I even come on Saturday on Facebook, and at 5 o'clock, I do the 5 o'clock wildfire, and I bring forth more motivation to help us. I put a little inspiration in, but not too much, because I want to make sure we stay grounded. So listen to, as I close this thing out, let's go in strong right here, right? Now, I urge you to take some food with you so you can survive. Verse 35. After he said this, he took some bread and gave thanks to God in front of them all. Stop right here. See, when Paul, who was tied up, when he got bread, who did he go to? He went to his God in front of everybody and let them know, I thank God for what I have. When the last time has somebody thank God for you? Come on now. I thank God for you. I thank God for me being me. I thank God for me being me, because that used to be a clumsy me, a crazy me, a off me, a jacked up me. And you get what I mean? That used to be a disrespectful me, a rude me, an inconsiderate me, a selfish me, and a selfish me, right? And I'm grateful for me, because there's not another me that's on this earth, but I'm so grateful now to know that the me I used to be now works for me. And now that I'm over that me, come on, you guys, join in and understand. Come on now, join in and get this thing. He took that bread in front of everybody. Let's go. And now I give glory to the Lord. I give glory, honor, and praise to the Lord Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior, Yahshua, right? As Sonia would say. Listen to this. He broke it and began to eat. Come on now, break it, right? Break it. We're breaking off all things, right? We're breaking off all things. Listen to this. They was all encouraged and ate some food themselves. Listen to me. What he did encouraged them. What he did. See, I am my life coach. What he did in front of them encouraged them. What am I saying? I'm saying you got children, you got people, you got community, you got church members, you got all these things around you, but you going to have to be the one that bring that light. You going to have to be the one. Light your fire one more time, you guys. Light your fire. Listen to this. And all together, they was 276 of us on board. Isn't that amazing? That they was 276. Listen, when they had eaten as much as they wanted, they lighting the ship by throwing the grain into the sea. What am I saying? I'm saying once you eat your food, sometimes you can't share. Once you done, this is it. Y'all wasn't on this ship with me. You wasn't walking with me. You wasn't there when I was sitting here trying to get it out the mud. You wasn't on my broadcast now. You wasn't sitting here praying on my behalf. No, you was against me while I was being me. You was watching me, trying to dissect me, trying to judge me, trying to see him bring charges against me. Yeah, and yet I still stand to tell a tale of how God showed up on the Mighty Monday Meltdown 2.0 and restored all of us and got us back to where we needed to be in good position to take good grounds. You guys, I got to close out. Listen to this, verse 42, and I'm done. The soldier planned to kill the prisoner. Who was that? That was Paul. Do you know they wanted to kill that man? You hear me? I got to finish this another day. They wanted to kill Paul, right? Look at this. This is the last thing. The soldiers planned to kill the prisoner to prevent any of them from swimming away and escaping. I'm sorry, the prisoners, right? Oh, wait. We got to go up a little bit more. Verse 41. But the ship struck a sandbar and ran aground. The bows stuck fast and would not move, and the stern was broken into pieces. Listen to this. Listen to this. The soldiers planned to kill the prisoners to prevent any of them from swimming away and escaping. Listen to this. But the centurion wanted to spare Paul's life. So this was the plan. There was prisoners on this ship, hardship. See, many of us, we own a ship of hardship. We don't own this ship. It's an institution. Get the hint. We not the pilot. That's somebody that's over this ship. That's not you either. And we in here tied up with everybody else trying to figure out how we getting off this ship and where we going and who put us on this ship in the first place, right? Listen to this. Paul's life he wanted to spare and carry out their plan. He ordered those who could swim to jump aboard first and get to the land. The rest were to get there on the planks and the other pieces of the ship. In this way, everyone reached the land safely. And what it's saying is that they ordered that those who knew how to swim, I need y'all to jump off the ship first. Those people that cannot swim has to wait till the ship break down completely. And then part of the ship is what you're going to have to hold on to. And you're going to have to kick swim. That's what's going to save you because you don't know how to swim. And for many of you, you've been floating around on your old experiences, my old fiance, my old relationship I was in. You still floating around on this water, dog paddling in this water, trying to figure out, when is somebody coming to get me? Hey, you supposed to be going that way, but guess what? Their plan was to kill you. That plan was to kill you and leave you for dead. But today, I come to get you and everybody else and tell you it ain't over for you. It ain't over for me. God got more work for us to do. You going to have to go forward. Nothing's behind you going to fix anything forward right now. So I cancel out anything behind you. Light your fire and put your fire now behind you. Your fire is behind you, burning up everything that's behind you. So ain't no sense of being going that way when you going that way. You going to go forward. Kick pedal yourself that way. Remember, the boat broke into half, to pieces. But based on the boat is what you needed to use to get to where you're going. As for some of you, you got the damaged goods in your hand. But it's only was meant for you to float to where you're going. Let that little boat piece go now. Stand up in that water and walk ashore. We in a new place. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope you learned something in this message. I'll see you on Saturday. God's will, God's way. It's going to be the 5 o'clock wildfire on Facebook. I thank you guys for allowing me to break a very difficult message, man. Y'all got to get on here at 7 o'clock. It get kind of crazy on this broadcast, okay? And I need y'all help. Peace and blessings. Take care.